Ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. On the move at the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
At the 40, there he goes. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
From the gun, running back on the move. He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, they would understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right in the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
After missing that 46-yard field goal attempt, they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 29. They're going to test the right side with this one. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks! That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. Just about set to kick it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, but already this defense is making their presence felt. We've seen time and time again their ability to rush the passer and get hits on this QB. His toughness is going to get tested.
Looking to take a shot. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Yeah, we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Leaves it with the back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Now the play fake. Coming after it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He makes the connection. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They've got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barnum, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
The play action fake. Grab near the sticks. It's Elway. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. And the Ducks will hustle to the line. Trying to run it in. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. They come to the line of scrimmage full of guts, passing on the field goal attempt that would give them the lead and going for the touchdown. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal. You trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Jacksonville State handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on 1st down. Pressure coming. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Looking deep. And he makes the catch at the 10. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. They'll try to power it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
You can't hear yourself think on third and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, LSU.
Number 0 with the carry.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. You can't let our serve get broken.
Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Great move, now he's got room. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
When you talk about creating big plays in a running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Quarterback will audible. Comes out throwing on first down. Quick completion on the out. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got...
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No reason to risk trying to field that one. As it skips through the end zone, it'll be a touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
The give to the tailback. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Little touch pass to the receiver. Looking for room at the 30. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Gets rid of it. It's caught. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives live? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll take the deep shot. Pulls it in inside the 10. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense.
Touchdown, Tigers! He shed tackles right and left and housed it.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they wanted now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And for a quick update,
Bro, I ain't paid nobody, bro. Chill, bro.
This week, guys, let's take a look at what's going on. Eastern
Bro, come on, bro. We supposed to get something. God damn.
Style of football there in the MAC, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7.
Man, we just trying to get us a win against a tough Oregon team, bro.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Man, come on, man. Your running back goddamn spinning, dippy doodle. Look. Look. That nigga quick as shit, bro.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good game.
Yeah, my nigga wrong, man. He'll be gone, man.
They're getting this guy lathered up.
Damn.
Finally running but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And after the explosive run, giving this offense a little bolt of energy, he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Off the play fake. Got a man. It's Elway. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now this defense could really use a stop on 3rd down as the offense has had its way. This quarterback part of their running game. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Oregon.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going to take a shot. And that pass intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
He's looking to throw it. Quarterback adapting. He'll turn it loose out to the right. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the 2nd half. Looking for blockers. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. He's going to pass. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. It's complete to the right.
This is exactly why this guy is your QB. He does such a great job of buying time, has such great speed, just stresses the defense. What do you want to do? You want to blitz me? Sure, I'm going to scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass. He's just closing so many problems and so many headaches.
Using the quick game. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't that greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Inside the 35. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys...
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Running down the hill and making a tackle.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. A run for the quarterback. One step wrap,
hey, bro, that just let me know I was supposed to make the tackle, bro. That's all.
And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. On third down, going up top. Unloads to the right. Got him, and nobody's close.
Good fucking play.
Touchdown, Oregon! And that one will put him up here in the second half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And the heat gets there.
Boy, teach me that blitz right there, but god damn.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism, his speed, and his bend, and his flexibility.
Yeah, your back was fast as fuck. That must be that one with that 97 speed right there.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense.
The one you using.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Great job by the pass rush up front. 3rd and long situation. They're anticipating pass, and they know the quarterback's going to have to hold on to the football. Nice job putting their ears back and getting home.
He gets it away from his own end zone.
Oh, yeah.
He takes it at the 45.
Let me find out you got that zig and zoom like stealth.
Touchdown, Ducks! The special teams with a special moment.
Bro, I just lost the last game just like that. Gave up a kick return to a nigga, man. Lost by 3.
He found his lane, he put his foot in the ground, and it was off to the races. A huge momentum-shifting play on special teams for that touchdown.
It be like that. I wish I got this shit at home.
And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21.
Oh, nah, that's one of my best receivers, bro. That wasn't no tight end.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Virginia is being brought out back behind the woodshed right now. This is cover your eyes,
Damn,
hug
man, we
your
gotta
loved
put
ones
something together.
territory. A real shame. They're trailing by 14 to Rutgers. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. He wants to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And they won't make the connection.
They hate me. They fucking hate me, bro.
Mano-y-mano, man. One-on-one go ball. Who's going to make a play? The defender
They hate me,
steps
bro.
up to the occasion, knocks that one away for an incompletion.
Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Getting some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under. LSU quick to the line. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. They're trying to get to him. That pass not close as he got drilled.
Bro, they wouldn't even let me audible that shit, boy. Home field is crazy.
The defense smells blood in the water. You can tell they're getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up
this
front.
bitch out of
They almost got
bounds,
another sack
man.
on that last play.
Oh, fuck.
4th
Touchdown.
down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they'll down this just inside the 35-yard line.
I thought they were telling me to punt the ball. I'm like, nigga, shit. Duh.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening. Run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the...
He's going up top. And he reels it in inside the 30. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always will be. That's what the Ducks hang their hat on, with making those explosive plays down the field when the defense slips up and loses a little bit of eye discipline.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Good timing on the quick out. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
To the ground with the back. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the Oregon 35, LSU 21.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Dangerous return man grabs it inside his 30. And the returner will be brought down.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of the story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. One touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all
going for it all. And that one is picked up in the end zone. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's going to pass. Trying to get to it. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And how about the complimentary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football field.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Oh, he wants it all. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Might be looking to run. What a catch along the right sideline as he makes a huge play.
There's a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a league like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, wants to throw. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! And the pummeling has started. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick. He's going for the big play. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Heat up them pass rushers, bringing them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
Motion from the offense. Trying to find his man on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Touchdown, Oregon! And the route is on. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Looking to throw on second down. Lofts one deep down the right side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Shoots it to the left. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Bringing it back. And he will roll.
Man, this shit got ugly fast as fuck.
Touchdown Ducks! They extend this lead, and it
Man,
looks
that
as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
What the fuck?
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football.
Just to think this shit was 21-21 for a while. I ain't scored since.
Makes its way all the way to the end zone.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He's able to sneak his way.
I got the toughest schedule ever, dog. This shit finna get uglier and uglier from here on out.
LSU will dive into the playbook here
Bro,
on
I got Ty, then I think I got
now,
Thomas right
don't
after
get rattled
that.
by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage.
Tell me about
And
it.
that ball is live in the backfield.
I should not be in here.
Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense. Get the
I don't
sack.
even know what the
get
fuck
the
to do no more. Nothing working.
1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking left. He makes a catch. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Just going to keep it after the snap. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out.
And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in a year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground.
And the LSU offense will take over 1st and 10.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
He's going up top here late in the game. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's going to throw it over the top of the D. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
They'll throw it on first down. He finds his man, and he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And the Ducks headed quickly to the line. On second down, looking again to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got it. Looks as if they're going to get the W behind a really good performance from their passing attack and maybe hold that edge in the rankings as well, fellas.
They're going to hold the edge. They're going to create some separation, too, I think, because of the throwing ability. This quarterback came into this game lighting it up. We knew in the preseason this guy had talent, but against an opponent like this, David, it's impressive to see his performance.
Well, it's one thing to have talent, but to get all the talent with the new pieces every single year to work together, this passing attack looks like they're going to be formidable. And now you already got that one top 25 win for the resume to keep building throughout this season.
And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Finds his big tight end. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Touchdown, Oregon! And the punishment has been extended.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Makes the catch inside his 30 and wants much, much more. And the returner will be knocked down. On first down, here comes this offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Wants to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot. And he's thrown another interception. Takes it the other way. And with that turnover, that'll finish the game. Now this team